So that was your USCCA certification.
Yeah.
Was that to become an instructor?
Yes.
So technically, you are an instructor that can teach shooting techniques. What's the menu that you have to offer the people?
I can teach basically legal use of force.
Okay.
Home defense and self protection plan.
Okay.
That's cool because you can kind of go over what you do in the event of an emergency at home.
Mm-hmm.
Gear and gadgets, basic pistol, which is like shooting, grip, stance, footwork, isosceles, stance, reaver stance. I can teach, there's 7 different lessons, and I can either go with you online, one by one, or you can take the whole class. If you do the class, it's 4 hours. You get an hour of range time, and then I can give you a certificate for your CCW. And we actually, my very first student got hers in 3 weeks.
That's awesome, man.
I haven't checked up with everybody else to see if they got theirs. I should. But 3 weeks is an impressive time, and that was really cool because she works with me. And I got to see her go through the class, take the certificate, and get her license. It's very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And the reason why I had to kind of expand on this is because obviously, you know, you watch the show. Others that watch the show were military, law enforcement, and survival. And obviously, you know, you didn't do the military and you had an opportunity in law enforcement. Hopefully that door has not closed. We're going to knock on wood that you go through it. But you're definitely doing survival. And survival isn't just about, you know, shooting or like hunting or camping and stuff like that. But it's also the self-defense aspect. And you're giving people an opportunity to learn the techniques and strategies to be able to be more proficient in their own self-defense. So I also know, I mean, you're talking about being a knight. I also know that you like edge weapons because you said you step all over swords and blades and all kinds of stuff at home. So, man, what kind of edge weapons do you deal with, and how did you get involved in that?
All right, so because I'm gonna hurt. I mean, I don't know your audience. I don't know if they're big nerds, but I'm gonna hurt some
Some
fans.
of us are closet nerds like myself.
I'm gonna hurt some fans' feelings about the Eastern weaponry.
Okay.
So the katana, you see it in media, you samurai weaponry and stuff like that. That's my favorite sword. Right. That's my favorite blade profile, but it's not that great. Unfortunately, the longsword, the European side of things, their longsword being double-edged means you can beat up one side of the blade, you have a whole other side of the blade, whereas the katana, when you beat up that one single side of the edge, your weapon's done. So
katana is only sharp on one side?
It's only sharp on one side.
Wow, I did not know that.
The other spine is completely flat. It's very thick, but it's completely flat. And so every single deflect or parry that you do is damaging the edge of that blade.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, what they don't know about swords, armor is designed with a curvature that completely deflects the edge.
Okay.
So a sword is honestly, it's not going to do anything to someone in a suit of armor like me.
Yeah.
It's not going to do anything. Obviously, when you spar, they take my swords away when we spar, and they give us certified safe weapons.
Okay.
They're usually either like really dull, and if they're metal, you have to make sure you have the certified gear to even perform. If not, it's going to be like some kind of high premium foam or something like that. But there is metal fencing that you can do in HEMA groups, and you have to make sure you're in the safe kind of gear.
Oh, okay, awesome, man.
Other than that, I like knives.
Yeah,
so
that's a fact.
I have this one in my pocket here. It's funny because I collect a lot of knives, right? And I collect knives within like the $300 range, and I don't use any of them. I don't cut with any of them. Anytime I need something sharp, I use this. It's about $17. My dad at this point always calls me knife guy. He's like, "You always got a knife on you. Where's your knife?" I will not use my $300 knives. And man, there's a lot of scams in that market too, by the way. But I have knives that you've probably never seen in stores. I didn't bring them in today, but I probably got some really cool stuff that you probably didn't even know existed.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
I used to, before, when we were in uniform, we had to shave. We had to be clean shaven. Hair off the collar, hair off the ears kind of thing. I used to not want to use razors anymore. And so, crazy enough, I learned that sharpening a knife at a 10-degree angle is the same sharpness as a razor. And I could just resharpen that knife. And it's harder to resharpen a razor because it's in a safety housing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I would just sharpen this knife to 10 degrees, and I would literally shave with it. I didn't have to use shaving cream. I didn't have to go to Walmart and buy $10 4-pack razors.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do nothing. I would just resharpen this knife every 3 months.